Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update for this Friday, and this is the 5th of June, 2020, about 9:15 a.m., and what a shocker day. Today was the unemployment number, in other words, the unemployment rate. Let's just call it the way it is. And the number is a blowout to the upside. What do I mean by that? Instead of a big loss, we actually got job gains, a couple of million of them. People are going back to work. So what we've seen in this market is the stock indices roar back. Now, if you have my morning subscriber video, and I pray you are a subscriber, take a look at that rec that I put out in the NASDAQ. I won't talk about it here other than that. Pretty strong. In the crude, what's going on is OPEC has agreed to meet tomorrow and just ratify another 30 days of cuts. That's positive. Add to it the strong growth in the jobs in the U.S. And by the way, Canada also had a situation where its numbers didn't come in as bad. Before I go too far, let's look at this. Instead of the drop that the market was looking for of another 8 million plus, they added 2,500,000 jobs. Now, these were probably the lower paid wages. And I say that because if you look at the wage earnings, they fell. So that would add to the fact that the servers in restaurants, things of that nature, probably came back in. The unemployment rate, instead of the expected 19.5% to 20%, 13.3%. So you know what you're going to hear. You're going to hear the president come out and rightly say that between the Fed, the U.S. government, what's been done, Congress, that the plans, the money thrown at the marketplace and all their efforts are paying off, and we're seeing the worst behind us. You can't argue that. The numbers are telling that story. So this is very, very important as you take a look at the marketplace. Obviously, we're still in need of a treatment for COVID-19 or a vaccine, but we're starting to see that this is good. Now, there's a negative always to these sides. What would the negative be? Well, maybe Congress doesn't want to give that next round of money. Maybe the economy doesn't need it. Maybe we don't just keep throwing money at something that nature's already improving. I frankly haven't seen one analyst that was right on the calls here, including me. I did not expect the jobs gain. I expected it for this month of June. I didn't see it coming for last month. That's how it goes. Of course, you get influenced by where you live, with Chicago being shut down. And last night, the first night that I was able to go to a restaurant, and believe me, it was great to do it. It's still pretty much a ghost town in downtown Chicago, but the restaurants were open. You have to eat outside. Spacing was there. It was just great to be out. Dollar index getting a little bounce out of it. I think the euro has been ahead of itself here, so getting a pullback in that is not a surprise at all. In the grain market, there's still questions now. Is and will the fact that China is going to look at the lower dollar, the higher priced beans out of Brazil, and we're the cheapest now on a basis level, will that allow them from the September through December period to buy enough of our soybeans to meet their phase one requirement? Don't knock it out. Bonds and notes down and down hard. If the economy's picking up, should interest rates be flirting with the idea of the Fed talking a negative rate policy? I don't think so. You do realize we've gone up almost 32 basis points on the 10-year note this week. This is just a phenomenal run. As for the metal markets, yesterday, if you watched my end of the day review, you had lost the embedded readings in the silver market. The odds were the market was going to make a run back to the 18-day average. I didn't know if it would or wouldn't, but that's what typically it does on that. At least that's what my work shows. It's happened. Gold, is it going to be under $1,700? Hasn't done that in a very long time. We'll find out. But when you get away from those two, look at the copper. It is telling you a different story. It is saying things are getting better. And those are the ways that I look at all this. You know, I start you off at 5:40 in the morning. I start recording then. And my recording will go, typically I'm going to have it published, ideally before 6:30 a.m. for you on our website. Then I send out your notice and everything. The idea is to give you what the markets are going to be looking at as we get to the economic reports in the morning. That's when I call the volume coming back in. About 7:30 in the morning is when it is. So I want to get that out to you. This ties hand in hand, my friends, with my SPDR ETF video at the end of the day. Because I'll give you the SPDR, what I'm saying, and remember, it's going to be looking to see what the futures are doing, the SPDRs and ETFs, and that gives you an idea of what's there. So by giving you that wrap up the end of the day and then the morning view on this, and I cover all these different sectors to tie in with everything, about 40 some odd charts here. And by the way, in the SPDR ETF, I've been adding and adding and adding. I even added yesterday jets. If you look up what that ETF is, you'll see it's about the airlines, the terminals, where they're at, and so on, because I think trade and travel is picking up. I think we've seen our low point. That's what I'm saying. So you start throwing this together and you try to come up with game plans, and that's what trading is about, ideas, charts. I'm all about charts. So in the charts, I'm going to be telling you in these, I like this, I like that. Here's what I don't like. I wouldn't touch this. Here's a trade, boy, that one didn't work out. This one, boy, did it go great in the morning, if you saw what's saying. As I said, I was talking today about the NASDAQ. It was the one index I picked today, and it's just the way that it works out sometimes. So how do you get this? Well, it's simple. You go to our website at www.iraepstein.com, and there it explains all our research packages. Now, what a lot of our traders do is they want mixtures. So they want my writings, they want the commentaries that I write about, the specifics there. You can get a full research package that even includes this, and we are putting together a package for our 2 videos only, which will be the SPDR and the SPDR ETF and the morning subscriber video. That'll probably come out in a week or so. In the meantime, I'm Ira Epstein. I'll see you at the end of the day wrap up. What a good day for America. Take care.